Good morning. All right, I'm so glad you two are here. It's just the three of us, I think, this morning, but I'm going to see if anyone else is coming in. Great, so we have 2 more minutes. It's only an hour class, but I still recommend a drink handy.
No, yoga. Nicole's yoga. She called. She was the one that called to give the number. I'm not ready to join, so
Okay.
I will join you when I can.
Okay. So are you going to just stay in the class, or should I look for you to let you back in? Which would you like?
No, I'll stay in the class.
Oh, good. Okay. All right, Lillian, you just do what you need to do, and we're happy to have you when you come.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay. And Linda, hello. It looks like you're getting ready.
Yes, I'm ready. I just haven't focused yet.
Okay. All right, good. We're gonna just start sitting down today because I think you're fine sitting on the floor. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So I think I've shown you different ways to sit before. So just either like a relaxed cross leg with one leg out in front. And I can show that real quick. For those of you who might watch this class later. So one leg can be out in front. Maybe you can try to tuck one up close. You can sit cross-legged. You can place one foot up by the hip, and that would be a half lotus. And that would be maybe a way if you alternated them every other time, which one goes up by the hip, and eventually you can get both of them up there like this in a lotus. But, you know, it's a little strain on the knees, so you have to go easy, be careful. Let's start with our legs out in front. And we'll just lean forwards a little bit to see how loose you are, and kind of rock side to side. We don't have to really stretch anything. It's just kind of testing the waters. It's a nice little sway. You can let the head follow. And then we'll bend one foot in and then the other, and we'll make some circles. Nice. Rib work. So our ribs are actually like in a unit going around. And then we'll reverse that. So since the hips are staying there, we know it's the rib area that's making the way around center. A couple more times, and then we'll come back to the middle. And then here we are. Let's begin breathing. So our breath coordinates with our arm movement. Spread the ribs out, lift the arms. Exhale, hands to heart center. So I'm centering, drawing inward. Breathe in and stretch upwards. Elongating the spine. Exhale out to the sides. We'll do that 3 or 4 times. Breathe in and lift. Exhale, heart center. Breathe in and lift, fill the lungs. Exhale to the sides. And again, lift and reach with the upper body. Exhale to the heart center. Breathe in, lift. Exhale to the sides. So now we're thinking about our breath. Let's take our right hand across. We'll do a twist. Take the left hand back, Let the fingertips touch the ground or the hand. Lift up through the crown of the head so you feel a stretch at the base of the spine. And then if it's comfortable, continue a little farther around and breathe. Back to the center and then shift to the other side. Remember the lifting part, reaching upwards as you inhale. And then twist a little bit deeper if it's comfortable as you exhale. And then continue breathing here. You can even close your eyes for this part if you wish. Relaxing the shoulders. And then coming back to the middle. Let's take our right hand to the mat. Fingers pointed away or forwards. Bend the elbow, reach the other arm up. Lift with that hand, spread the fingers, and then reach across. So the arm is in line with the ear. So you feel that stretch all the way along. In the upper arm, the shoulder, the side, where the ribs are, down to the hip. And then on the next inhale, let's come up. Take the right arm up now, or whichever one's the opposite. And then bend that left elbow and reach. So either keep the head in line with the spine, or you can let the head sag to the left to stretch the neck a little bit. Back up. Very nice. Okay, so now we want to get it moving a little bit. So let's swoop our legs around and come up on all fours. And we'll do some cow and cat. So a nice reach forwards with our head. Make sure the wrists are under the shoulders. Now the head goes forwards, the hips go back on the inhale. Exhale up into cat, drawing the abs up towards the spine. Breathe in and stretch the head forwards, hips back. And then on the exhale, let's see if we can, as we curve up, really feel the stretch across the back of the shoulders and that area. And back to cow. And then back to cat. Back to cow. This is the last one. Back to cat. We're going to do isometric work and balance work. Take the right leg back, the left hand forwards, and lift the right leg. And you can either flex the foot or just let it be or point it, whichever you feel like. You flex the foot, you can reach back with the heel, and that's kind of nice to try. And we'll bring those limbs back. Send the left knee and leg back. Right hand forwards, left leg up. And if you flex, you can reach with the heel. If you have your toes pointed, reach with the whole foot. And our gaze is either down at the mat, if that's what you need to do for your neck, or beyond the right hand. And then we'll bring the hands back to the mat, come down on our forearms, and we're going to go into a nice dolphin. So hands, the fingers are spread, elbows under shoulders, Turn the toes under and lift the hips up, bringing the head down, bringing the chest kind of sinking through the shoulders. So the area across between our shoulders on our back feels nice and flat, or even sunk down a little bit towards the floor. And breathe as calmly in our Ujjayi breath as you can. And then we'll bring the knees down. Come back on all fours, turn the toes under, and go right up into a down dog. And walk the dog. Now we're getting our legs even warmer. Rolling through the feet so that we loosen up the feet, joints, the ankle, knees. From here, we're going to raise the left leg into a three-legged dog. And today we're going to do a hip opener. So we're going to bend our left knee and roll the knee upwards, either out to the left side or up towards the ceiling or somewhere in between. The right heel can kind of come down closer to the mat. The shoulders stay low. And then we roll the knee back in line with the right leg, stretch the leg out and lower it to the floor. Now the right leg comes up into our three-legged dog. Stretch the dog, lower the shoulders. Bend the right knee. Roll the knee out towards the right, and then as high up towards the side as you can to open up that hip. We haven't done this one for a while. And then we'll roll the knee back in line with the body. Stretch the leg out again. Bring the foot down. Stretch into the down dog. And then we'll lower our knees. And then lower our hips into child's pose. Bringing the forehead low. Breathing our nice calm Ujjayi breaths. From here, we'll walk our hands to the left side. Stack the right hand on top of the left. And then ease into the stretch. Breathing again, focusing on the breath. And we'll walk the hands into the middle or slide them. Take a breath in. And then on our exhale, we'll walk the hands to the right side. And settle into the stretch over here. When I say to the side, it doesn't mean we go straight to the side, but just out at an angle where you can feel a good stretch. Focusing on the breath. And then back to the center where we come back up to sitting. So slide the hands back, take the arms above the head. Let's reach up there, palms together, hands to the heart center, and we'll do just a few breaths of meditation. So draw the shoulder blades in, the shoulders roll back and down, the head's lifted, it's above the body. Close the eyes and focus on the breath. Set an intention for today if you want. All right, now we're going to bring our hands down and walk them forwards. So we come down into a sphinx. And we get a nice bit of a back bend here. So with our elbows on the floor, just lift our chest upwards and forwards. Feel a nice stretch in the low back. Making room in the spine, especially around the base of the spine. And then down onto the floor. Let's roll onto our backs. And bring the knees into the chest when you're there. Reach the legs and arms up. We're going to warm up our legs today with our point and flex move. So flex and point. Just going back and forth. And keeping a soft bend in the knees so that you can feel some calf stretch so you protect the knees. Let's make circles next. And let's go every other. So let's go right, left, right, left, right, left. That way we get a little more brain work, a little coordination work. And then reverse. And then let's bring the knees in. Draw them nice and close. So you can stretch the low back. Then we'll bring our feet down to the floor. And lift the hips into a bridge. A half a bridge, so we're going to roll our shoulders under, weave the fingers if they can reach. And use the leg muscles to lift the hips up higher. Listen to your breath. Still nice, calm breathing. If you are unable to have your breath pretty calm, you might want to ease up on the pose. If you are doing fine, see if you can lift the hips up higher. And then we'll slowly roll back down. Bring the knees in again towards the chest. And then take the knees out towards the outside of the shoulders. So we're in an upside down toad kind of, but definitely with the legs. So as we take the knees towards the floor and out to the sides, we're getting a nice inner thigh stretch. And also working the hips open a little bit more. And let's bring the knees together and stretch those legs up again and roll the knees outward a little bit and arms to the side. We're going to take the feet out a couple of feet apart or so and then cross the legs and squeeze the inner thighs. Then open the legs up again, breathing in. Cross and squeeze the inner thighs. So you're squeezing them together. Open up again. Bring the legs together and across. Give that nice tightening. And one more like this. Open and then cross and tighten. And then release, and we're going to do quick ones. Just little ones, as if we're in a ballet leap and we have to have our feet go quickly back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And then flex the feet and hold the flex. Point the feet and hold the point. Flex the feet and hands. Let's get our hands up there this time. Hold that. And fold them forwards and hold. Nice. Now let's bring the knees in. We're going to rock ourselves up. So have your hands behind the knees this time. And we'll rock 5 or 6 times if it's comfortable. And then we'll come up and do a squat. And then for the squat, put the feet on the floor, put the hands behind you, press yourselves up so you can be in a nice squat. So I'll go forward, then you can have the feet as close to the front. You might have to have them flare out a little, but we want to keep our arches up. And then try to lift the crown of the head up. So from the side, we straighten the back as much as we can, lift the head. And then we're going to place our hands behind the hips again. Press up a little as you bring the hips up into a forward fold. You can keep your knees bent as much as you need to. That protects the ligaments up at the hips. Then let's reach forward with our head so we're in a flat back or a tabletop. And as we exhale, we'll bend down again into our Uttanasana. Reverse swan and come all the way up slowly. And reach the arms above the head. And bring the hands to the heart center. Separate the feet a little and have the hips go around in circles. Keeping the knees bent. Very nice. Nice circles. Really a good loosening move. And then we'll reverse that. And then come back to the center. It's time for a little drink break, and I'm going to move the camera up so that we can do more full standing. Okay, so after a drink, if you have one, go ahead and come back and we'll be ready for some more. We're going to go into Virabhadrasana poses next. So let's begin at the front of your mat, stepping back with the right foot, toes facing forwards, sink into the lunge, and the body's over the hips. Then we'll take our arms forwards and up and reach as high as you can. And then sink the arms down into the shoulders. Even have a little back bend if you like the back bend, and take your drishti or your gaze upwards to whatever point you're able to reach. Then on our next inhale, lift up, turn that back foot out about 90 degrees, the body all the way to the side. And then arms forward and back. Draw the shoulder blades in, sink down into warrior two. Our knee is above or behind the ankle. Our upper body is still twisted to the side. Listen to the breath. You might want to check the feeling of your feet. Does it seem like you're keeping your ankles up? If not, form some more arch. Let's go now to our next move, our bend. So right arm down, left arm up, turn the palm back, stretch upwards, and then slide the right hand down a little and make that nice curve. Still reaching with the left hand. And then we'll come back to our warrior two. And today we'll straighten the front leg, move the feet back in a little. We're going to go into a traditional triangle. So we're going to tip forward from the hips and bring the left hand to the leg. Slide it down as far as you comfortably can and have that right arm up above. So go into it slowly. One place to really watch is this part of your back. So as you reach forward, want this part to straighten. So get a feeling of straightening through around the right hip and into the low back. So this is one way to do it. So kind of a beginning way. And then reaching forwards with head and chest so that you have straighter. And then come up. So that's just a little extra alignment pointers for today. Arms out to the side. We're going to take the arms across. Stretch the upper arms with this reach across. And then take the arms up and out into star. Now we'll switch which arms in front. Go down, across. Reach up into star. And now bend forwards. Bring the hands to the thighs. And do a nice wide leg angle bend. And bring your fingers or hands to the floor. Bend the knees a little so you can let the body hang a little bit. And then let's bend our left leg and stretch the right inner leg. Keeping arches in the feet. You can check them visually this time. And then shift to the right side. So we're stretching the left leg. And still breathing, right? Focus on the breath, shift again. Focus on the breath. And shift again. And we'll lift the hips back to the middle, walk the hands. So you surround the left foot as you turn the feet forwards. Then we'll step the right foot up to meet the left. Hang in forward fold. Remember, you can bend the knees. And then come up to a flat back, reaching the head forwards, the shoulders back. Exhale, Uttanasana again, forward fold. And arms to the sides, and we'll come up slowly. And take a breath in, reaching up. And arms to the sides. Let's have the feet a little bit apart. We're going to take our arms back and across just to loosen up the shoulders for a while. So keeping a soft bend. Just loosen up the upper body. And cross and out and down. Nice. All right, let's go ahead and do Virabhadrasana or warrior on the other side. So this time step back with the left foot. Sink into the lunge. The toes are all going pretty much straight forwards. And then take the hands forwards and up. Reaching, spreading the fingers, stretching up, and then letting the arms sink into the shoulder sockets, firming the upper body. Take the eyes up higher if you can. And even bend back a little if you like to do that. You get a little bit of a back bend here. And breathe. On the next inhale, let's shift into our warrior two. Rise up, left foot turns out, upper body, side, arms forward and back. Turn your gaze as far towards the right hand as you comfortably can. Sink into the lunge. Shoulders are back and down, so you can draw the shoulder blades together to help that happen and to strengthen the upper back. So just look out beyond that right hand, or if you can't make it quite that far, somewhere out at an angle to the left. And breathe. And then on the next inhale, let's lower the left arm and breathe in as we reach up. Turn the palm back. And then as we exhale, maybe even slide the left hand down a little. Have that nice curve as you reach with the hand. Fingers spread. Gaze part way up or all the way up. Whatever's right for you, just listen to your own body. The right knee is still going straight ahead. And then let's come back up to our warrior two, Virabhadrasana. Now we'll straighten the front leg, bring the feet together more if they've slid apart. Lean forward, so using the hips as your hinge. Bring the right hand down to the leg, the left one up. And then start stretching that lower back hip area forward again. So you get the back straighter down in the lower back. Go as far as you comfortably can. It's not a contest. And then look up part way or all the way beyond the left hand. And we'll slowly come back up. Turn to our left side this time. We're just going to do some goddess poses. Bending the knees and elbows. Nice and strong. Flexing those muscles. And then stretch and come up. And then back down into this wide leg squat of goddess. And we have a lot of tension in the arms, so we're building muscle. And then stretch up on the inhale. Arms come down. Turn to the front and step forwards and just walk it out for a little bit. Letting the hips really move around too while you're walking, so that you get a little more loosening up. And we'll do some twist. So turn that walking into a twist, so we can loosen even more and build muscle under the ribs. Something is making us go side to side, right? Twist around. So we're building those muscles and we're loosening the lower back. And we'll do some balance poses. And then back to the center. So our first balance pose will be to stretch the front of the thigh, the quadricep. So with your right hand, if you want to hold on to the wall of some furniture, you can. And then reach the left hand down to try to grab onto the left foot or ankle. And bring it in. If you feel like your balance is pretty good today and you want to reach the right hand back, you can try that. You can always bring it back to your balancing point. But then you can open up the chest and make sure the head's above the body. And breathe. And then we'll let the left foot go. And then switch to the other side. So we get a little bit of a twist to the side. Hold on with the left hand, reach back with the right, draw the foot closer. Just until you reach a point where you feel a nice stretch. You don't need to go beyond that as long as you're feeling a stretch. And then if you want to, reach around with the left hand. And make sure that you try to keep that head above the body. Sometimes the head wants to sink forwards. You want to just have it up above. And then let that foot come down and walk it out a little. Let's go right to tree today. It's going to have us do, well, I was going to have us do the one where you grab your toe and stretch out the legs. Maybe we should try to do that first. So holding on with the left hand if you need to, or want to, for beginners, trying it the first time. And then grab down, grab onto the big toe, and then stretch the leg out a little. So you might just be about here, where you have the foot close to you still. And then, depending on how flexible you are, the leg can go out forwards at an angle and or to the side. And then you just bend the knee back in and let the foot come to the floor. Then reach down for the left big toe. And even just this is a beautiful workout because we have a lot of stretching going on in the back and the leg, and we're balancing. But then if you want to, for extra challenge, you can try to reach the foot out farther. So wherever you are in this, let's go ahead and bring the foot back, lower it to the floor, and walk it out. So a little bit of a different balance pose. Now we'll do a pretty quick tree on each side. So anchor the right foot, bring the left foot in, lift the foot, draw the abs in, turn the knee outward. I know both of you have done this lots and lots of times, so it doesn't need a lot of explaining, but if the hip goes out to the side, draw it in. Bring the hands to the heart center. And then start reaching up through the legs and now the spine. Bring the hands above the head. And then if you want to keep going, straightening the arms. Then straighten the arms, keeping the arms in line with the ears as much as possible. Listening to your breath. And then we'll bring the hands down to the heart center. Take another breath here. And on the exhale, release the hands and the leg and walk it out. Now we'll stand on our left leg, toes spread. Bring the other foot in. There's an arch in the foot too, in that standing foot to keep the ankle up. Draw the abs in, lift the foot off the floor. You can always keep your toes down if you need to. Take the knee outward, Draw the hip in and bring the hands to the heart center. Once here, let's go ahead and start stretching up through the legs and the body, especially elongating through the spine. Hands above the head so the elbows are out in line with the ears. And then straighten to whatever degree feels right for you today. Every day is different. So do what's right for your body today. And then we'll start bringing the hands down to the heart center. Take a nice breath in. The shoulders are relaxed, back and down. And then on the exhale, we'll bring the hands down and the leg too and walk it out. All right, very nice. Okay, from here, we'll go down onto the floor, onto our backs. So go ahead and take another drink if you'd like one. And then let's prop our legs up for a little bit. You guys have worked hard already. So go ahead and prop the legs up on furniture or something. And then we'll begin some breath work and some relaxation. Okay, so with our legs up, you can have your hips close to your support or farther away if you want a little more relaxed time with your legs. So you can't actually see my legs, but I don't think it matters. They're there. Okay, it looks like we're ready. Let's take our arms up and over on a big breath. Letting that space form underneath the back as we reach, so our ribs are reaching up and out. And then exhale, and let the back sink into the floor. Inhale, reach up and over. Exhale, back to the sides. We'll do a couple angel wing moves, arms slide or hover along the floor out. And then as far upwards as you can get them comfortably. Make sure you're comfortable. And then on the exhale, bring the arms back to the hips. Let's just take the arms to the side now. Bring the right arm across. And bring the left hand up to the upper arm. You only need the left hand if you are not feeling much stretch and want to go deeper. Then we'll open up the arms. I like to breathe in when I open my arms. And then bring the left arm across. If that's plenty, that's fine. If you want a little more, bring that right hand to the upper arm. And see if you can draw the arm in a little closer into the chest. Open the arms up to the sides. Let's leave them there for a little bit. Have the palms facing the sky. And then close the eyes. Then we'll do some guided meditation, relaxation meditation. So first of all, let's begin by relaxing the eyes, the eyelids, the corners, the outer corners of the eyes. And then around the cheekbone area, relax the muscles there, under the eyes, across to the ears. And then up and over the bridge of the nose, around the nostrils. Then relax the upper lip. And the outer corners of the mouth, and the lower lip. Relax the tongue and the jaw, and notice the sensations that you feel as you let each area loosen its tension. And now relax the eyebrows. Soften the muscles of the forehead. Relax the muscles at the temple, the back of the head where you're resting the weight of your head, and the top of the head. Now focus again on the breathing. And then we'll let the legs come down. And you may or may not be parallel with your mat. So let's bring the feet down. And if you need to get onto the mat again, walk the feet, hips, and shoulders around until you are in line with your mat again. Let's take the arms to the side once more and take the knees to the left side. Stretching a little bit in the IT band and the right hip, waist, and ribs. Turn the head to the right. We get a little bit of a neck stretch. And let's bring the knees into the middle and take them over to the right side. And then turn the head to the left side just as far as you can comfortably go. We want to work on our range of motion, but gradually. So if it feels good, you can take it around a little farther. And then back to the middle. Let's stretch out our left leg. Scooch the hips to the right and roll the right knee across. And reach the right hand to the right and turn the head that way. So another range of motion stretch with the neck. Keep that right shoulder as low as you can. Relax the muscles in the thighs and the hips. And we'll roll back to the center. Bend the left leg, scooch the hips all the way a little bit to the left of center. Stretch the right leg out. And with the right hand, we're going to guide the left knee across now. So we're not here a long time. Let's reach our left hand out to the left and lower that shoulder. And then turn the head to the left. And breathe your nice calm Ujjayi breaths. So we're getting ready for Shavasana now. So we're going to roll back to the center, bend the right knee, scooch the hips into the middle, and draw the knees in towards the chest. Then we're going to reach through to the big toes and go into happy baby, rocking from side to side. And just a little more rocking. And then back to the middle. Bring the knees in again. So wrap the hands around the knees. Put the feet on the floor. We're going to do one bridge, lifting the hips up like we did before, rolling the shoulders under, weaving the fingers, and lifting the hips. We won't be here as long this time, as we're just relaxing now, mostly. But we need a nice little counter pose now and then. And then bring the spine down one vertebra at a time. Stretch the left leg out, stretch the right leg out. And one more full body up and over with the arms. This is our first full body stretch. Feet and legs reach away too. And then exhale, bring the arms back. Nice. Palms up, shoulder blades in, and the shoulders roll back and down into the floor. Let the feet just go out, but look up, lift the head so you can look down towards your feet and make sure they're equally distant from the center. And then place the head back down. Close the eyes. Notice the colors behind your eyelids. Notice the sensations in the hands and the feet, maybe other places. And now it's time to just let your awarenesses float away and enjoy beautiful stillness of Shavasana. We'll be here for about 6 or 7 minutes. Time to start wiggling your toes and your fingers. And you can stay lying down if you want. If you want to sit up for ohms, then we can gradually make our way there. But take a little time to stretch your fingers and your hands and your wrists, bending one hand in towards the inner wrist and then the other. Bringing the hands together and bending. The fingers go up and the hand, the rest of the hand goes out. So you get a little stretch in the fingers. And then make some waves. Loosen them up. If you need to stretch them forwards, you can do that too. So many things you can do to help your hands stay loose. Then we'll take a breath in and stretch our spines up again. Lifting. And then bring the hands to the heart center. And breathe here. Breathe here a couple times. The next inhale, we'll take a big breath in for our ohms. Om Shanti, 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 which means peace, peace, peace. I wish you a beautiful, peaceful day. Thank you for joining me. Namaste. I honor the light in you. Namaste. All right. Glad you could be here, making a nice little class for us today.
Thank you, Nicole. That was very
You're
sweet.
welcome. You're welcome, Lillian. And I was so sorry to call you early this morning, but I hope you were
Oh,
already awake.
You were awake from earlier.
Okay, good. I'm glad. So I sent you the number, but not the link. So if you'd like me to send you the link as well, I can do that.
That worked. The number worked.
Okay, great. All right. So that's the same. The schedule is the same right now as
Okay.
it was. Just the number has changed.
Okay.
All righty.
Yay. Thank you so much.
Okay. You're
Thank you.
welcome.
Namaste.
Bye. And thank you, Linda, for coming. And I haven't heard yet about your studio, so I'd like to. So
Yeah.
I'm going to turn the video off
Okay.
so that it's not recorded for all
Yeah, it may
posterity.
not be that fascinating for prosperity.